Imagine finding serenity in the midst of a chaotic day, whether it's during a traffic jam, a challenging conversation with your boss, or a personal crisis. This is the essence of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has guided countless individuals to live with greater happiness and fulfillment. Stoicism teaches that while the world around us is full of uncertainties, the one thing we can control is ourselves, our thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else, from the weather to other people's behavior, is beyond our grasp. By accepting this truth, we can liberate ourselves from the anxiety and frustration that arise from attempting to control the uncontrollable. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what we can control, our character and choices. By cultivating a life of virtue, we can achieve inner peace that is not swayed by external circumstances. In this guide, we'll explore 12 profound lessons from Stoicism, each of which offers a pathway to inner peace, emotional mastery, and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Join us as we delve into the wisdom of the Stoics and discover how these timeless teachings can be applied to modern life. Lesson 1. You control your mind. Central to Stoicism is the idea that while we cannot control external events, we have absolute control over our own minds. This includes our thoughts, attitudes, and responses to situations. Epictetus, a key figure in Stoic philosophy, taught that it's not the events themselves that cause us distress, but rather our judgments about those events. This means that when we change our perspective, we change our experience of life's challenges. Think of an archer, a metaphor Epictetus often used. The archer can control the aim, precision, and release of the arrow, but once the arrow is in flight, the outcome, whether it hits the target or not, is no longer in their control. This mirrors life. We can put in our best effort, but the final outcome often lies beyond our reach. By focusing on what we can control, our actions, intentions, and reactions, we achieve a form of mastery over our inner world. This not only brings a sense of calm, but also helps us remain grounded, regardless of the unpredictability of the external world. When we embrace this mindset, we free ourselves from the anxiety and frustration that come from trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead of being consumed by worries about how things will turn out, we shift our focus to what truly matters, our efforts and mindset in the present moment. This is where true strength lies, in mastering our reactions rather than attempting to master the external world. The power of this practice becomes clear when we face adversity. In moments of stress or crisis, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by everything outside of our control. But Stoicism reminds us that the one thing we always have power over is how we choose to respond. Whether it's a personal setback, a professional challenge, or even a global event, by controlling our mind and not giving in to negative emotions or fear, we maintain our inner peace. This mental resilience, built through daily practice, allows us to face life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and composure. We develop the ability to remain centered, knowing that while we cannot dictate outcomes, we can always dictate our attitude. This shift in focus from outcomes to effort not only fosters a deep sense of contentment, but also helps us become more effective in navigating life's challenges. We begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth and setbacks as valuable lessons, all while remaining grounded in our own mental control. Lesson 2. Embrace what you cannot control. Marcus Aurelius teaches a profound Stoic lesson about the power of acceptance in his Meditations. He reminds us that while we may aspire to control every aspect of our lives, much remains beyond our grasp. The actions of others, the passage of time, and unexpected events. Instead of resisting this truth, Marcus Aurelius advises us to embrace it. This doesn't mean passively accepting defeat or hardship. Rather, it's about recognizing the flow of life and aligning ourselves with the natural order of the universe, much like a ship navigating the currents. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and frustration. Instead of fighting against reality, we develop the resilience to face adversity with grace, maintaining our inner peace. This Stoic approach empowers us to focus on what truly matters: our thoughts, actions, and responses. Acceptance, then, becomes a tool not for surrender, but for mastering life's inevitable challenges. In practice, embracing what you cannot control involves a shift in perspective. Rather than fixating on the external forces that shape our lives, Stoicism encourages us to turn our focus inward. This means cultivating a mindset where we prioritize our responses and attitudes over external circumstances. For instance, if faced with an unexpected setback, instead of dwelling on frustration or disappointment, we can choose to approach the situation with calm and rationality. This mindset doesn't make the difficulties disappear, but it transforms our relationship with them. By accepting what we cannot control, we also reduce the burden of constant struggle and resistance. We recognize that the flow of life will include both highs and lows, and we learn to navigate these changes with equanimity. This practice helps us conserve emotional energy, allowing us to direct it towards constructive actions and personal growth. Ultimately, Marcus Aurelius' teaching encourages us to find peace not in controlling the uncontrollable, but in mastering our responses to life's unpredictable nature. This way, we can live more harmoniously with the world around us and with ourselves. Lesson 3. Practice mindfulness. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, sheds light on the transformative power of mindfulness, being fully immersed in the present moment. Mindfulness, in Stoic terms, is the art of anchoring ourselves to the here and now, liberating us from the shackles of past regrets and future anxieties. For Seneca, mindfulness transcends grand gestures. It permeates every aspect of our daily lives, including the seemingly mundane. This practice involves a deliberate focus on the present, allowing us to experience life's beauty without being ensnared by a relentless stream of thoughts about what has happened or what might happen. By engaging in mindfulness, we develop the ability to truly appreciate each moment as it unfolds. This mindful presence fosters a deep sense of inner peace and clarity, as we learn to detach from the distractions and noise that often cloud our perception. Instead of dwelling on what was or fixating on what could be, mindfulness brings our attention back to the richness of the present. Through this practice, we not only find tranquility amidst chaos, but also cultivate a profound appreciation for life's simple joys. By focusing on the here and now, we transform ordinary experiences into moments of profound contentment, enhancing our overall well-being and reinforcing the Stoic principle of living in harmony with the present. Lesson 4. Cultivate resilience. Resilience is a fundamental tenet of Stoicism, vividly illustrated in the teachings of Epictetus. To Stoics, adversity is not merely a series of unfortunate events to be endured. It is an integral component of personal development. Epictetus famously likened life's challenges to a sculptor's chisel, which meticulously shapes and refines the raw stone into a masterpiece. When faced with hardship, instead of succumbing to frustration or despair, Stoicism encourages us to perceive these trials as essential tools for strengthening our character and inner resolve. Just as steel is hardened and perfected through intense heat, our character is fortified through the trials we endure. This perspective emphasizes that it is not the nature of the events themselves that shape us, but rather our responses to them. By approaching adversity with courage and a mindset geared toward growth, We convert obstacles into opportunities for enhancement. Each difficulty we navigate with resilience allows us to emerge more robust and insightful, ultimately leading to greater wisdom and personal strength. Thus, cultivating resilience transforms challenges from mere roadblocks into powerful catalysts for self-improvement and growth. Lesson 5. Focus on virtue. In Stoic philosophy, virtue is considered the highest good and forms the bedrock of a fulfilling life. It is divided into 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Each of these virtues plays a critical role in guiding our actions and shaping our character. Wisdom enables us to make well-considered decisions, balancing knowledge with practical understanding to navigate life's complexities effectively. Courage empowers us to confront and overcome our fears, embracing challenges with resilience and fortitude. Justice compels us to act with fairness and integrity, ensuring that our interactions and decisions uphold respect for others and contribute to a harmonious society. Temperance, on the other hand, advocates for moderation and balance, encouraging us to avoid excess and maintain equilibrium in our desires and actions. By committing to these virtues, we align ourselves with the Stoic ideal of a life grounded in integrity and moral excellence. This alignment fosters true happiness and inner peace, independent of external circumstances such as wealth, fame, or social status. The essence of Stoic virtue lies in the daily choices we make, focusing on ethical living and personal growth rather than transient external achievements. Embracing these virtues transforms our approach to life, making us resilient, fair-minded, and balanced individuals, capable of finding contentment through inner strength and moral clarity. Lesson 6. Negative visualization. Negative visualization is a paradoxical yet profoundly transformative Stoic practice that involves deliberately envisioning the worst possible scenarios, not as a means of pessimism, but as a strategy for mental preparation and emotional fortitude. This technique asks us to confront our deepest fears and anxieties by imagining scenarios where we lose something or someone we value. By doing so, we become acquainted with the idea of loss in a controlled environment, which can significantly lessen the shock and pain if such events were to occur in reality. For example, by mentally rehearsing the loss of a cherished relationship or job, we not only prepare ourselves for the potential emotional impact, but also cultivate a deeper appreciation for these aspects of our lives while we still have them. This practice fosters a sense of gratitude for the present moment and helps us recognize that even the most devastating outcomes are within our capacity to endure. It encourages us to reduce our attachments to external sources of happiness, thus mitigating the anxiety and suffering that come from clinging too tightly to what we fear losing. In essence, negative visualization turns our fears into tools for personal growth and resilience, allowing us to face adversity with a fortified spirit and a grateful heart. Lesson 7. The power of detachment. Stoicism emphasizes the power of detachment, but this doesn't mean we become indifferent or apathetic. Instead, it involves a mindful separation from things we cannot control. This practice of detachment is crucial for maintaining emotional equilibrium when faced with loss, disappointment, or frustration. By understanding that external events and outcomes are beyond our control, we can prevent ourselves from being swayed by the unpredictable nature of life. For instance, if a job opportunity or relationship doesn't pan out, detachment allows us to remain steady, as our sense of worth and happiness isn't tethered to these external factors. This doesn't mean we stop caring or striving for success. Rather, it means we recognize that our emotional well-being should come from within, rooted in our inner values and self-worth. By doing so, We liberate ourselves from the constant emotional highs and lows that result from external validation and achievements, allowing us to maintain a more stable and grounded sense of self. Lesson 8. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, profoundly shaping how we perceive and engage with the world. According to Seneca, a daily practice of gratitude can be transformative, not just as a fleeting sentiment, but as a fundamental shift in perspective. When we actively recognize and appreciate the small moments and the abundance already present in our lives, we recalibrate our focus away from what we lack. This shift is crucial for fostering contentment and joy, as it helps us understand that happiness is not contingent upon external circumstances, but rather on our internal outlook. By embracing gratitude, we cultivate a sense of appreciation for what we have, which is essential for building resilience. In times of challenge or adversity, gratitude acts as a stabilizing force, allowing us to see value even in difficult situations. This practice encourages us to extract lessons and strengths from hardship, rather than being overwhelmed by it. Furthermore, a grateful mindset enhances our overall well-being by promoting a positive outlook and reducing feelings of entitlement or dissatisfaction. In essence, by making gratitude a regular part of our lives, we bolster our resilience and enrich our emotional landscape, making us better equipped to handle both the triumphs and trials that come our way. Lesson 9. Accept impermanence. Everything in life is temporary. Relationships, possessions, and even our very existence. Stoicism teaches us that recognizing and embracing this impermanence can profoundly transform our lives. By acknowledging that nothing is permanent, we free ourselves from the anxieties and frustrations that come with clinging to specific outcomes or holding on too tightly to what we have. This acceptance allows us to focus on the present moment and make the most of it, rather than being preoccupied with what might be lost or what could come in the future. Understanding impermanence fosters a sense of humility and gratitude. When we see that experiences and relationships are fleeting, we start to appreciate their value more deeply. This perspective encourages us to live with intention and purpose, making conscious choices that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. Each day becomes a precious opportunity to embrace joy, seek growth, and nurture connections, knowing that this moment, however brief, is all we truly have. By accepting impermanence, we learn to live fully and gratefully, embracing the beauty of the ever-changing nature of life. Lesson 10. Align your actions with your values. Stoicism places great importance on living a life that is true to one's core values. These values, such as honesty, kindness, and personal growth, serve as a compass guiding our actions and decisions. When we clearly define and commit to our values, we create a strong foundation for our behavior, ensuring that every action we take is a reflection of our principles. This alignment fosters a profound sense of fulfillment because our actions resonate with our inner beliefs, leading to a cohesive and authentic life. However, adhering to our values isn't always easy. Difficult decisions and challenging situations often test our commitment to these principles. Stoicism teaches us to remain steadfast, making choices that align with our values even when it's uncomfortable or requires significant sacrifice. This consistency between our thoughts, actions, and values strengthens our character and integrity, contributing to a life of purpose and meaning. By consistently acting in accordance with our values, we not only uphold our ethical standards, but also build a resilient and admirable character, ultimately leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling existence. Lesson 11. Let go of the need for approval. Stoicism teaches that the pursuit of external approval is a slippery slope that often leads to frustration and dissatisfaction. When we seek validation from others, we essentially place our self-worth in their hands, making our happiness dependent on their opinions. This external validation can be fleeting and unreliable, as people's views and judgments are constantly shifting. Stoics, therefore, advocate for a shift in focus from seeking approval to developing a robust internal compass. By aligning our sense of self-worth with our own values and principles, rather than external affirmations, we create a more stable foundation for our self-esteem. This inward focus empowers us to live authentically and confidently, unshaken by the whims of others. It enables us to concentrate on what truly matters, leading a life marked by virtue, integrity, and inner peace. As we release the need for validation, we free ourselves from the constraints of societal expectations and external judgments, allowing us to stay true to our own path and find fulfillment in our own achievements and personal growth. Lesson 12. Reflect on mortality. Reflecting on mortality, a core Stoic practice, is not about embracing despair or dwelling on the end of life, but about sharpening our appreciation for the present. The Stoics believe that by contemplating death, we confront the fundamental reality that our time is limited. This awareness acts as a powerful motivator to live with greater intention and purpose. When we acknowledge that our days are finite, the trivial concerns and daily distractions lose their significance. Instead, we are compelled to focus on what genuinely matters: our values, relationships, and contributions. By living each day as if it were our last, we make conscious choices that align with our true priorities and values, seeking to leave behind a legacy of virtue, wisdom, and meaningful impact. This practice not only enriches our daily lives, but also transforms our perspective, encouraging us to make the most of our time and to cultivate a life of purpose and authenticity. Through these 12 lessons, Stoicism provides a profound roadmap to achieving inner peace, emotional mastery, and resilience. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to direct our energy towards what we can control: our own thoughts, actions, and reactions, thereby reclaiming our power and focusing on personal growth rather than external circumstances. Practicing mindfulness, as advocated by the Stoics, helps us stay grounded in the present moment, fostering a deeper awareness of our thoughts and emotions. Embracing adversity is another key Stoic principle, encouraging us to view challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities for growth and character development. By living in alignment with our values, we ensure that our actions reflect our true selves, creating a life of authenticity and fulfillment. Stoicism, far from being just an ancient set of teachings, serves as a timeless guide for navigating life's inevitable ups and downs with wisdom, courage, and grace. It equips us with the tools to remain steady and purposeful amidst chaos, offering a path to a more balanced and meaningful existence. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching,